Welcome everyone to your favorite channel, Point of Love History. Today, we take you back to the 1850s, to the royal courts of Lucknow, to a silent love story, Love at the Window of Zafar Kothi. A tale of a Nawab and a humble dancer who worship love in the quiet melodies of music. Amidst obstacles, pain, and an eternal farewell, let's begin this historic journey to a city of art and culture where an extraordinary love story was almost lost to time. Part 1. The Beginning, a historical prelude. Welcome, dear viewers, to your favorite YouTube channel, Point of Love History. Today, we take you into a unique and untold tale of silent love. A story of a Nawab and a musician, bound not by words, but by melody. This story is titled, Love at the Window of Zafar Kothi. This tale may not be etched in the official pages of history, but even today, the wines of Lucknow hum the echoes of that soundless love. Let us turn back time to the Lucknow of 1850, a city where poetry, music, and royal grandeur wove together the backdrop for an immortal romance. Lucknow, a city of grace and political tensions. 1855. India lay confused and tense under the shadow of British rule. Yet Lucknow remained a cultural capital, a paradise for Nawabs, poets, and artists. The last independent ruler of this era was Nawab Wajid Ali Shah, a king, yes, but also a composer, poet, playwright, a true patron of the arts. Politics may not have been his strength, but he sought his soul in melody, and in one such evening, a silent love began. From the voice of a poor musician, that vibration of love reached the deepest corners of the Nawab's heart. Part 2. The arrival of Tara, a girl of melody. About 80 kilometers from Lucknow lay a small town, Faizabad. There, in a humble hut, a girl named Tara was born. Her father, Basir Ali, was a poor sarod player. Though poverty cursed their lives, music blessed their souls. Tara learned to sing just by listening. Her voice held a strange magic, as if each note of her rogda bori carried pain, and every rhythm whispered love's hidden tears. At just 14, she performed on stage for the first time. A music lover had remarked, "This girl will one day shake the royal court." No one believed it, but destiny knew. Some voices are born to write history. Tara's first break in Lucknow. In late 1854, a grand music festival was organized in Lucknow, a private durbar hosted by Nawab Wajid Ali Shah. Inviting the finest artists from across Hindustan, Basir Ali arrived with Tara. Now a 17-year-old, she stepped onto the stage, a simple girl, a scarf on her shoulders, emotion in her eyes, and a magical voice in her throat. Among countless performances, the Nawab paused his gaze on this girl. In his eyes, wonder gleamed. This was not just music, it was the weeping of a soul, an inner world unveiled. When the song ended, silence reigned. Then applause began, slow, quiet, but filled with reverence. That very night, the Nawab told his chief music secretary, "Call her again. I want to hear her." Alone, in solitude, Tara arrives at Zafar Kothi. The next morning, Tara was secretly brought to one of the Nawab's favorite palaces, Zafar Kothi. It stood at the edge of the city, a quiet retreat where thoughts and music reigned over royal decor. Tara stood beneath a particular window, the very one where the Nawab would sit daily with his violin. There he would listen and write poetry. She began to sing, slow, gentle, and deep, from behind the curtain. The Nawab listened to every note. His hands trembled, his heart stirred. He had known many women, but this voice wiped all memories away. This girl didn't just sing, she expressed love in silent melody. Part 3. The birth of a silent love. The window at Zafar Kothi was no ordinary one. Beneath it was a courtyard, bathed in light by day, in moonlight by night. Every day, at a fixed time, Tara would arrive. Up above, on a hanging balcony, sat the Nawab. At first, he merely listened, but soon, each song began to feel like a story. After each performance, the Nawab would hand her a small note, sometimes a poem, sometimes a musical phrase. Tara never spoke. She only smiled shyly, bowed her head, and folded the note into the corner of her scarf. Eyes, melodies, and the language of love. One day, the Nawab wrote, "Your voice is like the first rain in spring hidden inside clouds." Tara didn't reply, But the next day, she sang Rog Basant Malheur. The Nawab understood. That was her reply. Thus began a new language of love. No words, no touch, only the distance of a window and two hearts drawing close. Tara knew she was a poor artist, and he, a king, yet when she looked toward the window, there was no fear, only deep respect and a quiet love. The daily ritual of windowed love, every day at 5 p.m, same time, same window, a melody and a note. Tara was never late, and the Nawab was never absent. No one around knew where this silent love began or where it was headed, but the window at Zafar Kothi knew. It bore witness to a love written not in words, but in emotion. Part 4, Politics and Opposition. The curse upon love. When love is silent, it becomes powerful, but in a royal palace, powerful love is feared. Especially between a Nawab and a poor girl, their meetings continued secretly, but the palace's watchful eyes were hard to escape. Jealousy and conspiracy in the court. Some of the Nawab's ministers and court musicians grew jealous. They saw Tara as a threat to their very existence. They spread rumors. She might be a British spy. She's not just a singer. She's enchanting the Nawab. These lies reached British ears. Their goal was clear, to remove Wajid Ali Shah from power. Tara understood. Her sweet voice had now become a political enemy. Opposition from within the family. The harshest blow came from the Nawab's mother, Begum Hazrat Mahal, a proud, strong woman. She couldn't bear to see her son fall for a dancing girl. One day, the window stayed shut. Tara waited. Karma the Nawab did not appear, nor the next day. On the third day, a servant came and said, "You are no longer welcome. You cannot come here again." Tara understood. The time was over. She would no longer sing at that window, for when love isn't on earth, it quietly walks away. The Nawab's silence and sorrow. When the Nawab learned Tara was gone, his heart froze. He said nothing. He just sat by the window, opening the old notes one by one. Each poem held a smile, a gaze, a melody. From that day, he never attended musical gatherings. The palace's music room turned silent. He would play his violin in solitude, pausing now and then, as if someone might begin to sing again. But no one did. Part 5, Farewell, Yet an Eternal Bond. One morning, beneath the window at Zafar Kothi, a small note was found. No one knew who had left it, but the Nawab's heart said, it was Tara. The note read, "My voice may fall silent today, but the day you no longer hear my song, this city will turn lonely." The Nawab said nothing. He didn't wipe away the tears. He knew this was a final farewell. Grief trapped in the strings of a violin. From that day, he only played the violin by the window. No words, no visitors, just the strings carrying the absence of one voice. People said the Nawab was no longer the same. He no longer smiled, wrote poetry, or listened to music. Each moment seemed to seek Tara's touch. A poem, a testament of silent love. One day, his beloved secretary Abdul Haq found a handwritten manuscript. It was a long poem titled, Love at the Window of Zafar Kothi. It read, "She came as a song, and remained as silence. I look at the window. Though I know she will never come again, yet every note in my heart still echoes her shadow. She was not just love, she was the music of my soul." Another meaning of farewell, eternal union. Tara never returned. No one knows where she went, or if she lived. But the Nawab knew Tara's song wasn't in her voice alone. It lived in his soul, and songs of the soul never die. Part 6, Fall and Exile. In 1856, the British officially deposed Nawab Wajid Ali Shah. The reasons: poor leadership, wasteful spending. But truly, they wanted to destroy Lucknow's culture, art, and spirit. The morning of exile, from king to poet, the Nawab was forced to leave his palace. No army followed, no crown remained. Only an old violin, some poems, and Tara's notes. His destination, Mediabrews, Calcutta, an exile where he was no longer a king, just a poet with a broken heart. A new window, the same weight. In Calcutta's Mediabrews, he built a small home. He gave it no name, but on one side, he built a window. Just like the one at Zafar Kothi, every evening, he sat there playing the violin. Some said, the king dreams of his kingdom again. Others whispered, he still waits for Tara. A distant song returns. One evening, through rain-soaked air, a song floated in. No one knew where it came from. But sitting by the window, the Nawab said, "She's returned." At least as music, that night, he wrote his final poem, "Beyond my window, love still awakens." One final breath, one immortal love. In 1887, Nawab Wajid Ali Shah died in Mediabruz. In his room, they found a violin, a note, and that manuscript. Love at the window of Zafar Kothi, where Tara was, no one knew. But many say, on the day of the Nawab's funeral, an old woman, her face covered in a white veil, stood beneath the window. She said nothing. She simply wiped her tears and walked away. Part 7, the final echo. Love in the depths of time. Kingdoms fade, palaces crumble, but some feelings remain in the curtains of the heart, in the wind, beside a forgotten window. Zafar Kothi is no longer what it once was. Its walls are worn, the window rusted, but those who know history know. Here, a Nawab once poured his heart into songs of love. Tara, an aimless legend. There is no portrait of Tara, no statue, no history book bears her name, yet she lives. In folklore, in old village songs, in Lucknow, when someone sings a thumri, someone whispers, "This is in memory of Tara." Love, that which writes no history. This is not a tale of kings and queens, not of war, not of conquest. This is the story of a love where eyes spoke more than words, where touchless emotion meant more than titles, where a simple window connected two hearts beyond politics. Conclusion. Today we told the story of a love that never made it into history books, but made history human. Love at the window of Zafar Kothi. The silent love of a Nawab, the soulful song of a musician, and tears quietly falling by window. You've just experienced a heartfelt story from your beloved channel, Point of Love History. If this silent love touched your heart, let us know in the comments. Do you think this love is a forgotten past? Or a melody still floating in today's air? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more such historic tales of love. Hit the bell icon. Keep love alive, not in words, but in feeling. Until next time, in another story, by another window.